I'm Sarah from howtorunaretailstore.com, where we release new videos every Friday. And today we're going to talk about why the death of Instagram, TikTok, and influencer selling is near. This is a scary thought if your main source of revenue is coming from the social media platforms. It has gotten chaotic because everyone is trying to hack the algorithm. But today I'm going to tell you why the real reason is it is getting harder and harder to make a living via these platforms, but I'm also gonna give you some advice and some real world tips on how to guard your business against this. So stay with me. If you have tried recently to post anything on any of the platforms where you are trying to sell. Maybe you are a business like myself and you're trying to sell your own things. Or maybe you're just an influencer. I don't want to say just. Maybe you are an influencer and you are trying to sell other people's products. No matter what the case is, your views have gone down. They have gone down on every platform and we're all scrambling to figure out why. Well, the real reason, not the reason that everybody tells you, which is just Instagram is trying to do too many things. They're trying to be like every single platform out there and they just have lost their identity. Okay, yes, that is true. But the real reason is as old as time. It's money. Back in the day, not too long ago, advertising was pretty straightforward. A big company had a certain budget of advertising dollars, and that's what they spent to get the word out about their product. When Instagram and Facebook first started, this was done by boosting posts. So they would advertise, giving their dollars, their allotted advertising dollars, to these major platforms, to Meta, directly to boost the posts to get in front of their consumers. Fast forward to today, influencers have spent the last 10 years really cultivating an organic consumer base. So what do I mean by that? I mean, they have spent every waking moment doing giveaways and free, tutorials or whatever it is, and, programs with other influencers trying to boost their organic views so that when they post, they are getting tons and tons and tons of comments and likes and quote unquote, they are the original hackers of the algorithm. What big businesses saw in this is that they could pull their advertising dollars away from just boosting on Meta's platforms and give it directly to the influencers, cutting Meta out of the deal. Do you see the problem here? If I were a big business like Instagram and Facebook, and I saw people making billions of dollars every single day on my platform, and I had been completely cut out of the deal, the advertising companies or these big businesses, Walmart, Target, you name it, are now skipping out and going directly to the source and giving the money to the influencers while still using the Instagram and Facebook platforms. Wouldn't you be mad if that was you? This makes so much sense to me why it is getting harder and harder to hack the system. They are doing it on purpose. They need it to be hard to reach consumers organically so that eventually anyone who is trying to make money from their platform, whether it's a big business, whether it is a small business, or whether it is an influencer who has built their entire revenue stream on these platforms, they're forcing them to go back into the old model of giving Meta money directly to boost their posts, boost their content. So this is not going to get better, you guys. They are going to force everyone into a corner. And if you think that, I'll just go to TikTok because that's the newest and greatest and, that is the untapped territory, you're wrong. They're going to do the exact same thing. It's a business to them, big business to them. And they are not going to just sit by the wayside and lose billions of dollars. So what does this have to do with retail? If you are a retailer and you're trying to sell anything on the internet, you know that we have all kind of done the same thing as influencers to get the attention of our consumers. We are doing all the try-on videos. We're doing all the lifestyle stuff. From the naked eye, a lot of people can't tell the difference between an influencer and a boutique unless you really dig deep, especially the algorithm. So this is going to affect all of us. This total chaos that's happening on these social platforms is going to affect our bottom line as a retailer just the same as it is the influencers. And what does that mean? It means it's going to be harder and harder to make any kind of money if you are completely reliant on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. How can you change this? Well, the answer is also as old as time. It's taking your eggs out of just the social media basket and stepping into real world retail. I know that can sound scary because when you are used to just doing it out of your house and, only putting on real clothes for try-on videos, I've been there, that can be really scary. But if these platforms pull the rug out from under you, your entire business model is gone. I feel like every day I log on to my Instagram and someone else who I am friends with on Instagram is closing their e-commerce business. It is a sad time for retail, but that is because they are reliant on the algorithm. Step out of that for a minute and think about what it means to be with your consumers in real life. Brick and mortar. Now, brick and mortar does not necessarily mean go out to your, local real estate agent and sign a lease. Think outside the box. There are so many ways to reach consumers in the real world these days. You can do home parties. That's huge. You can do pop-up markets. Every place in America right now has a farmer's market or a pop-up market. You can do a co-op with other makers, with other retailers, and sign a lease in that format. I know some people who are doing some really cool things in our area that allow them to get a space in our downtown core, but because they joined up with a few other business owners, they are able to make the rent. And guess what? It's super interesting. People who are doing retail with hair salons or retail with coffee shop meets, candle maker, and it creates this really cool vibe, but it also allows people who never thought they could do a brick and mortar to do it. Why? Because they're paying half, quarter, a third of the rent of just doing a space by themselves. But it also means that you have more people to actually work the counter. If you do a co-op with someone, you could maybe work one every 3 days if you're doing it with 2 other people. So think outside the box and don't put all of your eggs in the social media basket if you really want to continue on in retail. Now, this can be super scary. Retail in any format, even just doing a pop-up market at your local, farmer's market can be scary. So I'm here to help. We have a great resource at howtorunaretailstore.com, and there it has everything from free content. I have a list on there of all of my favorite vendors, everything from jewelry to bags to clothing that I have spent 13 years curating. It is free on there, you guys. I also have a free list of everything, literally down to the pencils, everything you need to open up a brick and mortar store. And you want to know how I got it? Because I've opened multiple brick and mortar stores and I kept meticulous notes, giving you that for free. I also have some great books, whether you are starting from scratch and want to open a brick and mortar from scratch, or whether you want to up-level your current business to really take advantage of the market. We have ebooks and e-courses, you name it. Head over to howtorunaretailstore.com. And again, whether you are trying to do a full brick and mortar store like I have here, or you're just starting out and you want to do home parties and, pop-ups, no matter where you are in the spectrum, I'm telling you, this is the future. People have been doing in-person retail for hundreds of years, and it is way more stable than putting your entire dream in Meta's hands. If you have any other questions, please like and comment below. I love to hear questions, concerns, anything that you are thinking while you're watching my videos. I am here to help you out, and don't forget to like and subscribe to see all of our new videos every single Friday.